Hello everyone, welcome to Beauty in the Garden. I'm T. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about fertilizer. Now, I am dead set on using fertilizers. First thing first, for me, I love fish fertilizer. It just works really well for me. Now, the brand that I use is this brand right here. Now, this is the one that I recommend. Now, I have started using Dr. Earth's, and the same thing. It is fish fertilizer, and I think that the fish fertilizer is just the way to go. Now, you can actually just go get fish heads, fish guts, but I do recommend, if you do get those things, to buy lime. Okay, you definitely want to buy something to mask the smell of the fish or anything you might use. Some people use whatever random thing that is no longer necessarily needed. If it's going to bring animals, you want to make sure that you do try to mask that smell by covering it. Okay, definitely mask that smell. Rather, if you're using shellfish, rather using bone, sometimes a bone meal, blood meal, it all depends. Sometimes bone meal can bring in other things that like bones, okay, that dogs actually would dig it up. If your dog is not used to that smell, your dog can actually want to dig up your garden because they're looking for that bone. So let's make sure that we know what we're using, what can possibly happen. Always try to educate yourself on what you are using, because sometimes everything has a pro and a con. Okay, I do have a lot of questions about what kind of fertilizer I use. I keep it pretty simple and pretty basic, and as well with any fertilizer that I use, rather it's synthetic or not, I feel like just making sure that you know what you're using and what your product is and where it comes from and things like that. Just educate yourself on it. Just read the back of it. And if you want to do some research on the company, you can do that as well. I do a little bit more research on the company so I can kind of get a good feel of their brand. So that is one thing that I would recommend that you guys do. Now, I just love this right here. This is a 511 water soluble. I think the Dr. Earth is a 321 water soluble, and that works really well as well. So far so good with that product, because honestly, if you read the back of this and you read the back of that, you're going to get the same type of ingredients that is in those containers. So, and I like to use Miracle Grow, which is synthetic. I love it for my flowers. It just does amazing. I have used Osmocote. I have used Espoma. I do have you guys ask me lots of questions about what fertilizer I use. Now, I feel like just do your research on your fertilizers. Do your research on where you're getting your soil from, things like that. You would never, ever be able to determine everything to be right. So just go with what works for you in your garden that is suitable and mentally for your family, because I won't tell you yay or nay to use whatever you want to use, because it's up to you whatever you want to use. And as well, as far as my granulates and things like that, I just love the Job's Organic. I just love the Job's Organic. Now, I have started using the Espoma brand, and that works as well. I think I have the Tomato Tone. I ran into a great deal on it, and I use it, and it has worked out really well. So between the two, the Job's Organic and the Espoma, those are the two brands that I use as far as granulate goes. Now, I do have some synthetics that I did pick up by Expert Gardener. I have not used those, but I do have them. I did catch them on sale for like $1. But as far as my flowers, they would definitely be getting those synthetics first. Okay, I use all my organic stuff in my garden beds, but my flowers that are in like my gazebo and things like that, containers, I definitely use the synthetic fertilizers. But let's go ahead and you guys jump into this video, because I really just talked you guys ear up on that fertilizer, but you guys have asked me about it, so I came with you guys to let you guys know let's talk about this fertilizer. Now, I did tell you guys that I took care of some plants and I'm going to give them a feeding. But before we actually do jump into this video, let's talk about this fish fertilizer. Now, this fish fertilizer says indoor and outdoor use. Now, as far for me, I would not use this, you guys, indoors. I did this inside my grow tent. It smelled terrible. Yes, it smelled terrible. So if you don't have a ventilated area and things like that, but I was able to up my garage, you know, and let it air out. But if you don't have that, I will not recommend this in your house. I do not recommend this in your house. Okay, I just don't. I love the product, but I won't recommend this in my house. Okay, and as well, it gives you some instructions on the back. I just keep my ratio pretty much the same. I do 1 tablespoon per gallon, so that works out for me. And I have my little 2 gallon pitcher that I go ahead and put 2 tablespoons to my 2 gallon pitcher. It just makes it easier for me not to think about what's right, what's wrong. It's a water soluble. You can never overdo it. It's not that strong of a fertilizer. Okay, so but it does tell you some instructions. It says fish fertilizer has been as a natural source of plant nutrients for centuries. A fish fertilizer 5.1 provides rich sources of organic matter. Now, organic matter is just it helps break down faster. Okay, organic things break down a lot faster than synthetics. So that's pretty much it. Okay, so let's go ahead, you guys, and talk about these plants. So in a previous video, I showed you guys how to take care of your mint. So what you guys can see, my mint has already came back, and I mean they're coming back very strong. And you can tell my pot is still a little light, but it's nice and still watered. But look at that mint. So if you guys have watched the video, all right, this is what the mint is coming back to. I will be giving them a trim tomorrow. Okay, definitely will be giving them a trim tomorrow. But what I'm going to be doing is I got this little measuring here. I'm going to measure 2 tablespoons to my 2 gallon pitcher. I recommend that you definitely shake this, okay, because it kind of gets really thick at the top, so you want to kind of shake it up and kind of make sure you get it loose. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and put that 2 gallon. Look at that, you guys, it's thick. So I'm going to do 2 tablespoons. All right, so I got it at the 2 tablespoons. I'm using the Miracle Grow little like lid thing, so it's like 1, 2, and I'm going to put 2. Okay. So that's 2 tablespoons that's in here. All right, if you can see there. Okay, the next thing up is I'm going to stir this. Now, I do tell you guys all the time, I recommend that you do not stir this. You guys, get this on your hands. Please do not get this on your hands. If you do, you just get you some salt and some soapy water and you scrub your hands, okay? And that salt will help get all of that off you, okay? So I recommend that you guys stir this with a stick. But here is the mint. I will be taking it down a notch with some of it and just come in and take a little bit off, you see. And then what that's going to do is going to promote it to get wider and spread and get more and more bigger and promote more growth. It's looking really, really beautiful. I'm really liking how everything is coming along when it comes down to the mint. Okay, so we're at the end of the video. The mint is just looking amazing. I will be taking care of this garden bed down here. Now the garden bed down here is from Ollie's Garden Beds, and I will be taking care of this bed. It's a little bit of work that I need to do. I haven't got around to it, but I always tell you guys I'm gonna get around to it. Okay, it takes a little time, but I definitely get there. But this is how the mint is turning out. So I did hope you guys did follow the video that I just did about the mint about a couple of weeks ago, and I told you guys I was going to do an update on the mint, and now here is the mint, and the mint is doing amazing. So I hope you guys are taking care of your mint and enjoying your gardens. But this is the end of this video, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Please don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I do upload a video. I always tell you guys, remember, there's beauty in everyone's garden. And bye-bye.